Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the New England Patriots. This is taken at the 3. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Safety's creeping.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, it usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Go now. 10 Lobo. Topper. Slam. Let's go.
Sony Michel, his first carry. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 56 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. Well, the ball is out. Michelle lost it and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
On second down, this is Harris. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They run with Taylor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Jameis now on 1st down. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Jameis to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slings one that's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Hey, Haywood! 52, Mike 52. I'm scared. No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. All day. Check 24, Ready?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Hey, Delta. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, let's get this. Check 52. Get it.
They'll drop the throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
First and 10.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, we got a seal. I know he ain't got it. Check. Fresno. Out. Hit it.
Back to throw now on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
Watch the twist. Hey, alert 3. Check the backer. 5.
2nd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A big play there for L.A. 43 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that one will be accepted. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Taylor. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Come on, switch it. Check down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. He hits White, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They'll run on first down. White, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go right back to White here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
61, match box, White. Go! Let's bring it! Ready!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They were trying to go back to Allen there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, it's White. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
218, chop it. Check it out, Reed.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete to Dorsett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check 26, check 26. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Let's go.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
I'm coming after you. Hey, echo.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Look at the spin. Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Ready. White 25. White. 6 man. Check curls. 51. Easy. Heavy.
First down, Winston. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Patriots 3. Mike Badgley.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On third down, a run from White. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On second down now, it's Harris. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Ready. Back 25 behind. Mike. I'm coming. Hey. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston from the gun on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Rock it.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a good run to help yourself out on the next down.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Complete, it's Henry. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Pilot, 64, weak. Check. Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. White try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
Right there.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, it's our house.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On the draw, here's White. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Benjamin. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
It's now third down.
Alert three. Alert three.
On third down, it's White. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Winston here to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. Allen, the intended receiver. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Desmond King making the tackle.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.